Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Puglisi here. Look, this video is just for anyone who wasn't able to attend our parent information session last night. So I'm just going to share the same information that I shared with everyone last night. So it was just some key information followed by Mr. Marriott taking everyone through the itinerary. So the first thing we shared last night was around communication. So what we're actually going to do is create our own Facebook group. It'll be a private group just for the purpose of the UK study tour. As teachers, we will be creating like a professional profile. We won't use our own personal Facebook profiles, but it just means that we can be uploading photos and sending messages in real time so that you guys can see what's happening while we're on the tour. So the great thing about creating a Facebook group is that it actually allows us to then use the Messenger feature. So that is one way that we will also be able to communicate with the students while we are on the tour. So we can message them at any time, but they can also message us. If your student does not have a Facebook account, we do ask just for the purpose of the UK tour that you just set one up. And then as soon as the UK tour is over, by all means, you're welcome to delete it. But it's also another way that you can also keep in contact with your child, and you can also message us as teachers if there's something that you need to let us know. So phones and money. Obviously, kids are going to have their mobile phones, and we're absolutely okay with that. We think it's really important for their safety. But you do need to make sure that you have activated some international roaming. And that's something that you can do just by contacting your phone provider, and they will be able to give you the best deal that they can. If your student wants to know more about that, I encourage them to have a chat to Ewan. He's all over this. He knows lots about these international roaming plans, so he's a good go-to. In terms of money, just a reminder that if you are using your bank cards, just to make sure you let your bank know that you are travelling internationally, because if you haven't, you may get flagged as like a suspicious transaction or something like that. So you just need to let them know that you are going to London, but also that we are going to Dubai. So we are doing a stopover, just a couple of hours stopover in Dubai. And so, if you wanted to buy something in Dubai, for example, at the airport or something, you'll just need to make sure that you have told your bank that you are travelling. Okay, packing. Lots of talk around the school and kids getting excited and starting to pack. Just a reminder, flying Emirates, they are quite strict with baggage and particularly the weight of baggage. So when it comes to carry-on luggage, we can only have a maximum of 7 kilos, and they will in fact weigh our bags. So please make sure that you have checked before you make your way to the airport. In terms of your checked-in luggage, we can have up to 30 kilos. I encourage you to leave a few kilos free in case you'd like to do any shopping while we're over there. And also just a reminder that with your carry-on luggage, we have to be really careful what liquids that we take on with us. So in your carry-on bag, nothing bigger than 100 mils. So for example, for me, I will be taking eye drops on the plane. We do need to make sure that they are inside, and I just so happen to have one here, inside something like a sandwich bag, a clear bag so that you can, or as we go through security, they can see what's inside there. So departure day, 1 month today. We are leaving on Wednesday the 2nd of April. We would like everyone to try and arrive at the Brisbane International Airport at about 6 p.m, where you can go into the foyer area of the airport there and meet your group leader. Once you've checked in with your group leader and we've got everyone there, we're going to do a lovely big group photo before we leave. So please wear your UK study tour hoodie so that we can have that photo together. We then will get you to do your goodbyes, say goodbye to the kids. Kids, if you're watching this, I did make a point last night of saying you do need to hug your parents and give them a kiss goodbye. Your parents have done a wonderful thing letting you go on this tour, and 2 weeks is a long time. So please make sure that you do give hugs and kisses before we go. We'll say goodbye to parents. We'll make our way to check in through security, and then we'll just wait at the departure gate, where we depart at about 9 p.m. Okay, so on the flight, I mentioned earlier we do have a quick stop over in Dubai. where we can just get off the plane, stretch our legs. If you want to grab a bite to eat, you certainly can. Or if you want to have a look around the little shops there, we will be with you and we can take you for a little wander. We then depart Dubai at 7:45 a.m. and arrive in London Heathrow at 12:25 p.m. So just a few tips about flying. If you haven't done an international flight before, we really encourage you to stay hydrated. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. If you want your noise cancelling headphones, neck pillow, eye mask, that kind of thing, just make sure you have those in your carry-on luggage. So we do arrive home on the 19th of April. You can see there we depart London. We're doing a late flight, 10:15 p.m. So hopefully we'll all get a good night's sleep on the plane. We do have a little stopover again in Dubai and arrive back in Brisbane at 6:25 a.m. Kind of assuming that by the time we sort of clear customs, collect our bags and that kind of thing, probably about an hour it'll take. So pick up probably around 7:30 in the morning. However, because we do have that Facebook group, we can certainly post, we've just landed. The line up at customs or security or whatever it might be is quite long, might take a little bit longer, whatever that might be. So we will certainly keep you updated so that you guys know exactly when to get there, but probably thinking around 7:30 a.m. Okay, we do have an international study tour student participant agreement. So this is an Education Queensland document. Any study tours that take place in Queensland, students are required to sign this. As teachers, we also have an agreement as well. Basically, what that says is that your student is going to do the right thing while we're away. We want to have a great time. We just need to make sure that we're safe at all times and we're following instructions. That document also relates very closely to our school's code of conduct. You can find that document on our school website, but you probably are familiar with it from your enrolment. During your enrolment interview, we would have pointed out a few key things about that document, and you would have signed off to say that, you agree to the code of conduct. So most of the kids actually signed their participant agreement last night at the presentation, but I will hope, well, depending on the weather and what happens here, the next time I see students, if they've not had a chance to sign that yet, that's okay. We can do that next week. Medications. Hopefully you had a chance to watch my one of my last videos. It was in fact about medications, but just a reminder that we do require a consent to say that we can give your student medication if required. But there's also paperwork for like routine medication, things they might take every day, and then as needed medication. So that's things like if they needed a hay fever tablet, for example, or a travel sick tablet, something like that. So I please encourage you guys to get those forms filled out. Get them back. If you can get them back to me, I'm happy to have them in hard copy form or digital form. It doesn't matter. I will then basically keep all that information on file. And then, any of those routine medications, so medications that students take every day, your group leader will need to collect those. So when we get to the airport, if they can just, again, be in like a clear sandwich bag, and then our group leaders will actually look after those and then administer them and fill out the paperwork as required. If you have any more questions about that, feel free to reach out. Happy to answer any questions. So weather, what to expect when we get to London. The reality is, hey, it could be raining one day or raining 1 minute and sunny the next, who knows? So we probably just need to be prepared for everything. Around this time of year, it ranges anywhere between 7 and 15 degrees, so it could be cool, but not freezing. So the packing list we put out, we did suggest jumpers and that kind of thing, but yeah, just making sure you do have some cozy clothes in case you need them. A couple of things to really point out would be like a waterproof jacket or a rain poncho, something like that, just in case we do get a bit of downfall. Umbrellas, as good as they are not good when we are in like high traffic, busy areas. And some of the places that we actually go into, museums and things like that, don't always let you take an umbrella in with you. So probably suggest don't pack an umbrella, but instead, a waterproof raincoat, poncho, something like that instead. And just making sure that you do have closed-in shoes because, our feet could be getting wet at times. Okay, and this is the part where Mr. Marriott actually went through the itinerary with everyone. Rather than me talk through every single day, what I'll do is I will just attach a copy of the itinerary into the email and you can have a look through it. I do have hard copies of the itinerary if students would like a printed copy, but we will also be giving the students a copy of the itinerary when we get to the airport. So they will all have a brand new copy and know exactly where we're going on every day. So I hope that's answered any questions that you might have. By all means, feel free to send Jeff and I an email if you have any other questions. Thank you. Bye.